And welcome back. This is Baller Scuba with more Let's Play Phantasy Star. I'm joined as always by my very cold squad of Elisa, Meow, Tylon, and Lutz. When we last left off, we made it through a morgue on a frozen planet. Let's get on our ice decker and get the hell out of here. We are going to go to a new location today. This one I feel is quite secretive. Almost too secretive. Almost too difficult to find. It will help you to know that in the Master System version, this is known as an ice digger instead of an ice decker. And we have seen many living dead, and I'm kind of surprised that so many living dead are showing up out here. There are a lot of new enemies that we have not encountered around here, to be honest. And I'm just kind of waiting for them to show up. But they're not showing up. They can be difficult, though. All right, so in the Master System version, this is not known as the Ice Decker, this is known as the Ice Digger, and that will give you a little bit more of a clue as to how to get to the location we're going to next. But if you ask me, it's still not enough. We're gonna head left. There is a cave there. We're going to avoid it, taking on a Snake Lord instead. I will most likely need to heal before all is said and done here, but I'm okay with that. Where we're going is not too long, which is usually what causes the most damage to me anyway. Not the difficulty of the enemy, just how long it's going to take me to get there. Mostly because of treasure chests. All right, so in the Master System version, this is known as the Ice Digger. But as you can see, it doesn't necessarily dig through ice unless you're in the right spot. And that is the spot that we need to go to. Very specific spots. You cannot dig with the Ice Digger everywhere. You can only do it in very specific spots, and this is one of them. And you have to be careful around here. You want to go left first, and then south. If you go south first, then you'll just kind of loop around back into the rest of the plain, I guess you could say, in the tundra outside of the mountains. You'll just end up back on the Altiplano Plateau, and that is not where you want to go. We want to go left and then south. And eventually we will find what we are looking for, and mammoths. Those things are quite scary looking. Let's see what we can do against 3 mammoths, 180 HP apiece. That's not good for us. That is not good. Like I said, I'm gonna need to heal at some point. Oh, and Lutz, you could also hit things. That would be great. That would also be nice. And eventually we'll be able to take down these mammoths. Eventually. Oh, these are among some of the new enemies around here. And these aren't even the toughest ones. They just have a ton of health. Their attack isn't necessarily all that powerful. They just get to do so many of them before I can finish them off. Yeah, mammoths are among the longest fights for me in the game. At least from what I remember. Does take a long time, as you might suspect from mammoths, after all. We got one down. That's something. I'll be doing quite a bit of healing pretty soon. Like I said, where we're going isn't going to take too long. It's just a weird place because you have to dig through the mountains. You can't dig anywhere. There's only certain spots where you can do it. Seriously, Elisa, you couldn't do that last 6 for me? Tylon had to come in and wrap things up. All right, 120 experience points for taking on those 3 mammoths. That was one of the longest fights we've had. I had shorter boss fights. Open the chest. It didn't explode. 375 Mercedes. Almost not worth it even for grinding. All right, let's head straight south here, and here you can find the cave. They do give you a little bit of leeway here. It's not a straight shot, but this is ultimately where we want to go. So let's head into the cave, and we will start by heading left here. We'll make our first left and go through the door. No lock on this door. I don't know how I could make it this far in the game without the dungeon key, but it is not required there anyway. Open up the treasure chest here where we can find a magic hat that allows me to communicate with people, or semi-people. Not necessarily something that's all that important to me. And then we have a Frost Dragon. This guy's actually difficult enough that I feel like I need to leave him in, just so you guys can see how much damage is being done to me. I refuse to use any MP for this right now, though. So we're gonna have to take him down the old-fashioned way, and Loot is not helping any. As you can see, he's not really doing all that much damage. Only 4 damage to Loot, and that's not that much. Now, not when Monster Flies do 7 to Tylon. But in there we can find the 234 Mercedes that I so crave. And we'll head through the door again, and we will head the other direction. So left from where we were, and then just straight ahead from the entrance. There we can find another door, and we can make ourselves go around in a large circle, pretty much, taking on more Frost Dragons. Let's see if they do anything a little bit more devastating this time. Loot still cannot hit him to save his life. That was 7 damage on Tylon. So this guy is just as powerful as the weakest enemy in the game. Hey, 10. All right, he's slightly better than the Monster Fly now. Oh, there we go. Finally get the dodge. Wait, did Loot do 14 damage there? Did I read that right? All right, time to heal. Real quick, let's just do it all with Loot. Loot is the one that I care about the most right now with the MP, so let's use him. He's got the most right now anyway. All right, let's go for that. And just a couple more. You can see it is very, very helpful. Very helpful. All right, we're good to go. He's still got 46 MP. Now, this one's a little bit of a hassle, but we will eventually get where we need to go. All right, another door. This one is locked. Once again, how the hell do you get to this point in the game without a dungeon key? Let's just continue on, though. All right, here we want to head right first. And at the end of this twisting path, we can find another locked door. Just use the dungeon key. Why would you not assume I have it at this point? And here we can find a woman. Her name is Otagami Chie-chan. I'm Otagami Chie-chan. Thanks for all your letters. Please tell us what you think of this game. We'll be waiting. I feel like I'm supposed to know who that is, and I don't. Sorry, guys, I have no idea. And she just says the same thing. So if you guys are fans, let me know. Let's just turn around and get out of here. The game is quite nice, I must say. For the time that this came out, this is very nice. All right, so now we're going to head the other path. So we headed right at the fork the first time. This time we're heading left, but for us it's kind of just straight. Yeah, we can take down Mad Stalkers and their very enthusiastic swings of their swords, but these guys are not necessarily all that difficult for me at this point. Not anymore, not the Mad Stalkers. And I will need to heal again, just for the record, before the end of this. We will need to do everything that we can. And they're not doing all that much damage either. Not all that much. Down goes the last one, 88 more experience points my way, and 348 Mercedes. All right, we're getting close here. Just keep on following the winding path. All right, right around here, it's going to be a little bit of a U-turn. Once you complete the U-turn, bad things can happen. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everybody is as healed as I am comfortable making them. Didn't need to heal too much, but we did do a couple heals. Let's take a step forward and take on the Golem. In the Master System version, this guy is known as the Titan, and I personally like that name better. Wait, there are 2 of them? I was not prepared to have a fight with 2 of these guys. Okay. Change of tactics. Apparently this is only a semi-random fight. Okay, this is throwing me off. I've only ever faced one guy. Elisa, go ahead and attack. Meow, you're going to have to use Power Boost on Elisa. Tylon, attack. Lutz, you go ahead and use Wind. I've never had to take on 2. It shouldn't be too bad. These guys aren't really that difficult considering. They do 11 damage to Lutz there, but then 2 the second time, so 13 total. But these guys are not necessarily all that bad. Okay, Power Boost Meow, just so thrown off by the fact that I have to take on 2 of them. Let's see what we can do. Nicely dodged. 2 damage. 2 damage. These guys, like I said, whoa. That was 56 damage. All right, Elisa, Meow, Tylon, you guys all attack. Lutz, 1 more win should do the trick here. $39 damage from Elisa. All right, 64 experience points for that. And a treasure chest with 276 Mercedes. Like I said, I am used to only having 1 golem there, so the boss fight is not normally 2. Every time I've done this before, it was 1. So I am very confused by the fact that there were 2. But 276 Mercedes inside, and the arrow prism, which is what we came here for. Now, I could warp out of here, but just in case you didn't do as much level grinding as I did, let's just go out the normal way in case you did get a little lost. This path is pretty straightforward for the time being, and we can take on an Iceman and upgrade from the Vulcan that we saw earlier. Now, there are definitely some new enemies around here, and this guy hits just as hard as the boss with just as much HP. Yeah, I'm not remembering things wrong. There's usually only 1 golem. I don't know why they would make that random. All right, 36 experience points for killing the Iceman. And inside the treasure chest, we get 128 more Mercedes. All right, so why did I go backwards? First decision time. Coming up after this turn, and it is going to be a right. We could go straight, but that just leads to the breaking of the 4th wall. Through the door, and around once more. At this point, you just want to go straight and take on more Icemen. These guys really aren't that bad. I had much more trouble with the Vulcan than I had with the Iceman, I'm finding, even though these guys are upgrades. But I've gotten upgrades since we have taken on the Vulcan as well. You know, I could warp out of here. I think I still have enough with loot. I think it's only 4 to actually warp out of here, but just in case you overspent MP or you needed to spend the MP against anything on the path here or the golems, let's just walk out in case you have forgotten the way. And it's pretty straightforward here. Pretty straightforward. Also, there's a frost dragon. This guy honestly shouldn't be too difficult unless I only do 1 damage with Elisa. Are you kidding me? And then he does 35 to Lutz. 35! That was like 16 to Elisa there. This guy should be going down a little bit sooner than he is. 35 or 6. It's a huge difference, game. You guys are only giving me low 3-digit numbers for HP. 35 is a substantial amount. All right, Tylon leveled up as a result of that. That kind of helps his defense a bit, I guess. Through the door. And like I said, just straight. Ignore the path on the right. That... Holy crap! No. No. We're running. We're running from that. There's too many mammoths. No, they blocked it. They blocked it. Let me run from the damn mammoths. I can't take on 5 of them. It was long enough when it was 3. Thank you. All right. Run from them and head back out. All right, let's get back on our ice decker. Where's my ice decker these days? Oh. Okay, it's down there. Back on the ice decker. Let's get the hell out of here. Like I said, you can head right. Taking on more living dead. Suddenly these guys look pretty weak by comparison. After all, they were really definitely the mainstay of the last dungeon, and already they don't look too powerful compared to what we have taken on in this last dungeon. You know, it feels secret, but the arrow prism is definitely something that we need. All right, down go the living dead. 42 experience points for them. Are you kidding me? It's because I called them weak, isn't it? It's because I called them weak. Meow, super heal on loot. Let's just get the hell out of here. I definitely need to go back to town now. All right, here's back onto the Altiplano Plateau. This is what happens if you go in a circle by accident. You want to go left, do not go right. Eventually, we can make it back to the spot where we went to get to Twin Town, which is where we're going today. Can I not go in? There we go. And now I have to remember how to get to Twin Town. Hold on.